Welcome back, Tour of Oman. This time it will be one of the greatest Tour of Oman this year, 2025.
Everyone is looking forward to this race. This is the 14th edition of the Tour and the 3rd edition of the Muscat Classics. Actually, cycling is a great platform to showcase the treasure of the Sultanate.
We have one new stage from Bushar to Sinkhole. It will be one of the greatest stage in this Tour of Oman, inshallah.
Every year we are starting in a new places and we're going through different villages to showcase the beauty of Oman.
I think here the first couple of Ks are a bit easier, so it's a nice introduction to the season, and yeah, I think it will just get more and more hectic towards the final. So we need to be more and more sharp. It will be really hard racing at the end.
It's going to be really important to have numbers in the final, and then try to play aggressive, try to play with strength in the final, and go for the win.
Yeah, I mean, we got a strong team, obviously, so we got cards to play. But for me personally, it's the first race of the year, so I think we'll get in the bunch, see the legs, see the feeling, and we'll take it from there.
170 kilometres ahead of the field, the first 85 reasonably flat before the spikes began with ramps of around 11%. Who would want to take that on? Well, we didn't have to wait long before we got ourselves some volunteers. Well, and from X, we had Mohamed Zarif and Van Engelen up the front as well from Tirangano. Well, that whittled down rather quickly. Didn't take long for Zarif to be dropped, and Wallin was in trouble, the bigger man of the two, leaving Van Engelen up the front. Who would be tempted then to jump into the fray? And there were plenty of takers, I've got to tell you. Zabi Asparin was one of those, Max Kanter, Ryan Boulaout as well. Well, they thinned down themselves. It was a question of attrition on the day. Those mountains just kept on coming. 4 in total, 2 to be taken twice, and we had that final roundabout at the end of the day. The gap to our man Lorenzo Germain, who's the latest brave soul to go off up the road, but that was temptation. Oh, it certainly was, because Jay Vine was on his case, so was Reinrink, and so was Chris Harper. A quartet formed up front, and behind them, the peloton on some of the descents were just starting to fracture. It was high-paced, high-octane, high entertainment. Finally, going backwards was Germain, and then the last man standing was Chris Harper. The Melbourne Mauler was off and underway. So many incarnations we had of the breakaway, but it was all to come to naught, because right at the very last, they were caught, and we were in for a hell of a sprint finale. 1 roundabout, 1 turn, and then 1 chance to take this classic. So early in the season for so many, straight out of the box for some. How would it pan out? It was a grandstand finale that everyone had been looking for. Only the 3rd edition of this race, but who was going to take it? All together, but who's going to take it on? It's a big question. Arkea in the frame, so are Astana here, Groupama as well, with Sunil Quickstep coming to the fore, though. It's Ploymus. He's had such a good run. He's on the barriers. He's had a fantastic lead out. He's going to get there. Oh, the line belongs to him. It's his arms that will lead. Nobody's going to tag him. That was amazing.
I just focused on my own climb, and then in the final I just followed Marco and into the last 150 meters, and he put me off in a perfect position, and then I just had to go all out to the finish line. I think it's a super nice way to get my first pro victory.
What an amazing result for an amazing young rider, carrying his form into this season, and what a launch pad he has given himself. Ploymus taking it ahead of Biermans and Mulbahan. What an amazing day, a fabulous classic it turned out to be, and a great entree to the Tour of Oman itself. What a place, what a race.